Hey guys, in today's video we're going to talk about Dragon Ball Hakai and the second chapter of this incredible story. If you haven't seen the first chapter, it will be on here. And where will Goku become the next god of destruction? Then leave your like to help the channel, and also you are new, subscribe so you don't miss any videos like this one. So that's all done, let's get started. We start this new chapter of Dragon Ball Hakai in Zenosama's palace, where all the gods of destruction and the angels are on their knees, and soon after we see that Goku Vegeta arrive teleporting faster than universe number 7 of we can see that everyone is on knees minus Goku, and of course the two Enos looking at Goku were extremely happy. Goku reciprocates by raising his hand and saying hello to both of them Zenosama, but soon then Goku realizes that all the gods of destruction and the angels are looking at him. So Goku asks the Vegeta because the gods are looking on with an angry face for him. Vegeta looks seriously at Goku and says that the gods hate them, but especially Goku the Lord, and Vegeta asks Goku not to talk nonsense. After when he says that, he appears very angry and asks Goku, and Vegeta stops talking and asks him to kneel. Goku then drops to his knees. Then Daishikin appears saying that the meeting is about to begin and asks the candidates stay in the center of the palace. After he does this, he raises his hands and says the following: I believe that the angels have already warned all the gods about the reason for this meeting. That shutdown meeting where God will lose his position and be replaced, and the mortals chosen to be the next god of destruction are Goku and Vegeta. Goku raises his hand wanting to ask a question and tell the Lord of the Daishinkan why they were chosen, since there are many powerful people capable of assuming this post as the top itself, and OO says this is an excellent question. He says that at the moment the only mortals of the 12 universes that are receiving training from the angel, which is a very important prerequisite for becoming a god of destruction. No matter how powerful you are, he is not training with any angel. In the case of Sir Top, he is already being prepared to replace the god of the destruction of his universe, Mr. Vermouth, so that's why you two were chosen. Goku puts his hand on your head and says that this is all too much complicated and that he is not understanding anything. But Vegeta says the following: well, honestly, I don't have no desire to become a god of destruction, but I agreed that I would accept this condition to train more with Mr. Whis, so I don't have a complaint so far. So Daishinkan replies that he is very glad to hear that from Mr. Vegeta, and after that Daishinkan asks Mr. Whis what are the qualities of these disciples. The Whis has to talk everything now because Lord Zeno is listening. So the Whis starts by saying the following: speaking of Lord Goku first, besides him being a very powerful man, he was able to master complete superior instinct, something no god destruction that generation can do. Also, I don't see many qualities of Lord Goku. He is quite carefree, he is detached from things, and is also very nice. Too much. It gets to be stupid many times. Goku all bland asks Whis not to say so many ugly things so his, but the Whis continues. Speaking now about Vegeta, he doesn't have the higher instinct, but recently started Hakai and looks very promising in training this technique. He is also a very powerful man, but at the same time, unlike Lord Goku, he has more serenity and intelligence and is very impetuous and has no mercy. He would be great as a god of destruction. Vegeta a lot happy to hear this. He smiles at Goku and says, Kakarot, this time I was better than you, I won. Daishikin hearing all the information, he asks that all the angels and gods of destruction present there begin to make the votes. After that the great Zenosama will give the final decision for the chosen to be the next god of destruction. After that the angels and the gods of destruction did a secret vote on who would be chosen to become the newest god. After some time Daishikin already had won. Then he lifts his head and says all 12 gods of destruction and the 12 angels voted, and the incredible unanimous result was 24-0. The most voted it was Mr. Vegeta. Vegeta at that moment is very happy and he laughs. Then he looks at Goku and says I won, but Goku responds saying the following: are you serious? I wanted to be a god of destruction, but I didn't want to have lost the ugly for you. Then looking at Zeno, he says the next, Mr. Zenosama, as recommended by all the gods of destruction and angels, including the master of the two candidates, the better to assume the post of god of destruction is Lord Vegeta. Zenosama says the next, no, I choose Goku. And the other Zeno agrees saying, of course, I also choose Goku. The gods, or if they get scared. The face that makes the nonconformist is impressive. Vegeta then opens his gigantic mouth and not believes that Goku was chosen. Goku a little sad looking down, he says, but I'll really be a god of destruction. I don't like to kill people. people or destroy stuff. Hearing this, he smiles at Goku and says that the work of a god of destruction is far greater than work of a god of destruction is far greater than. But who is unhappy with this news is Vegeta, who says the following: "This makes no sense. What does Kakaroto have that I don't have? He was only chosen because he is friends with old Beerus." Hearing this, he says, "Don't you dare complete that sentence, Vegeta, or I kill you here." Vegeta gives that look to back and can't believe what's happening, while only saying the next, "Okay, looks like I don't have much choice, right? But then, to which universe do I go now?" Then start your explanation, because now the next step of this meeting begins, about which of the gods will be replaced by the one among all 12 gods of destruction. 4 of them are performing a very good job, which are gods of destruction: Jin from the 12th universe, Lakir of the 8th universe, and the Iraq of the 5th universe, and the Ivan from the 1st universe. The other gods, unfortunately, were very negligent in their duties, and because of that their universes have decayed a lot. And not only that, some gods even disobeyed some divine rules by acting for on their own. After Daishikins explain all this again, all the gods and angels are scared, but he continues, "After long reflection, it was decided that the destroyer who will be driven out of office will be the god of the 6th universe, the Kampa at this moment looks sad looking down, but the Daishinkin doesn't care and asks Kampa to go to the center of the palace. Then Daishinkin goes on to say the following: "In addition to this universe to present a very low average gave a clear negligence in your role, you also broke the rules of this realm, entering universe number 7 without no permission to collect Dragon Balls on your own. From all this we decided to expel him from this position." By listening to that, he answers, "Okay, I think it should be already waiting for it, but then what will become of me now?" Then Daishinkin says that from that moment on you will lose all your divinity and you will become immortal without any energy of destruction, and after that he will live like mortal and a body that will age with time, but how ruled for a long time. The 6th universe, he can choose any planet to have your life in peace. Kampa hearing this, he decides to live on the planet Earth of his universe. He ends up saying the following: "I tried to convince him working properly, but I never did. Many of the sometimes I was even threatened. It's very sad that everything ends so." Then say the following to the Kaioshin Fuan: "Such as your life is bound with the energy of the destruction of Kampa, with the loss of powers of Kampa, the Lord will inevitably die. Then it will be sent to supreme planet of your universe to live as one dead god." The Kaioshin Fuan, he says, "Fine, if this is mine, fate doesn't have much to do." So the two Xeno-sama stretch out your hands. At that moment we see all the Kampa energy leaving his body, while Kaioshin Fuan gets the halo on his head. Then ask that Vados accompany Mr. Kampa and Mr. Fuan back to the 6th universe as the last courtesy. Vados make a crying face and says, "Sir, this will be our last trip together, and this very desolate." Kampa, very nervous, he yells at Vados, telling her to shut up and tell her to stop these fake performances. So Vados stops crying and hits your bat and teleports them both to their universes. One tubes look seriously. So take your staff and say the following: "Now that Mr. Kampa has definitely been removed from his post, all that remains is that the next god of the universe 6 take the place. The preparations for this ritual to form the new god of destruction will take approximately 24 hours of Earth to stay ready, so until then everyone is dismissed. In 24 hours is in universe number 6, on the old planet of Kampa. That's where it will be ritual for you to become the next god of destruction. Until then you are free to say goodbye to your friends." So all the gods use their teleport and leave. Only Goku and his friends are left. The two Xenos quickly jump on top of Goku and ask if he wants to play. Goku says that he would really like to play, but he needs to say goodbye to his friends. He believes that Bulma, hearing this news, she will have a farewell. The two understand and say that everything is fine, because now Goku will be immortal and will have plenty of time to play with the Xenos. Goku happy, he says yes, he will have plenty time to play with them, but now he has to go. Goku then, he starts to run and grabs Kaioshin's shoulder, and he uses your teleport and go to the Capsule Corporation on the planet Earth, where Bulma is hosting the amazing party, where everyone is eating delicious food. But come here, what will be TT's reaction to knowing that Goku will be the next god to destruction? You will discover all this in the next chapter of Dragon Ball Hakai here on the channel. So if you are looking forward to all this, it is very important that you leave your like to help the channel, and also if you are new, subscribe so you don't miss this amazing story here. So guys, thank you very much for your audience. Until the next video.